What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more Idle Heroes, and today I want to talk about a topic that I feel like for the longest time we had a very specific answer for, but nowadays when we're talking about like a free-to-play player versus like a spender, things like getting your first Transcendence Hero is going to take you about 6 to 7 months for your like very first Transcendence Hero. Then after that, you slowly ramp up, get a little bit more Crystal of Transcendent production based on like your Vortex progress, things like that. But there's one big thing here. And that is, maybe Sword Flash isn't the best for a brand new free-to-play player that is getting their first Transcendence Hero. So let's jump into it. Let's talk about the couple different options we have, because there's really one that you probably already know about. So let's get going. I think we can all agree, for the spenders out there, for the players who are always like, you know, they're able to get a lot of resources, Sword Flash is just undeniably one of the best heroes to have on your account, and definitely your first Transcendence Hero. But there are some downsides to this hero. She doesn't do that well in Sealand 21+. She doesn't do like amazing things in a lot of different game modes. She even still struggles compared to other Transcendence Heroes in getting Aspen Death 100 if it's something you're still waiting to clear. And she does require some synergy and support. So of course you're going to want a Drake on your team. You're going to want some support to keep her going, feed her actives, things like that. Because the one thing that is really, really powerful is her impeccable flow stacked active abilities. Just completely ignoring the armor of the enemy, things like that. She's strong. We all know you need a Sword Flash Xia in order to push Vortex. The other nice thing is, you know, you can get good dodge chance and everything, where you get 100% dodge on an attack, and she's really good. But by herself, is she really good, and is she going to get you progress in places that you really want it when you first get your first Transcendence Hero? Because of course, Vortex, in order to start pushing Vortex, you usually need Sword Flash and Queen, and then to even push further, you need a Jara too. So that kind of means you're lacking on your account. Just putting a Sword Flash, a V4 Sword Flash on your account doesn't mean you're just immediately going to get insane progress. But you know which hero does? Vesa. Fairy Queen Vesa. I think out of all of these Transcendence Heroes we see here, she does the most for your account overall. Most of these heroes require very specific setups to get like really great progress with. But Vesa you can throw in any team lineup and automatically your account is better. Doesn't matter what heroes you have, just putting a Vesa in your team lineup is going to be better. Number one, let's talk about the very first one here. Star Expedition. I mean, we now have the boss fights. She is pretty much the queen of damage here. You can probably just give like, I don't know, you can probably run the 4 carries, then also run another hero that can kind of do the same thing that we do with our Eos that we showed off the other day. But yeah, her healing, her shielding is just absolutely nuts and bonkers. She's going to help you in Tower of Dreams. She's going to help you in Tower of Oblivion if for some reason you haven't finished that out. She is one of the best heroes as well for doing Aspen Dungeon Death 100. She's a very good hero for Forest Sealand progression. Not as good as, say, you know, someone like Queen, who can do 25 very easy with super minimal support, but Vesa can do it pretty solid too with some like Rogan, some Livia, some random heroes. Pretty cool. And she's very strong. And I think the one big difference with her too is Vortex, you're not going to get huge progress with like you would with a Sword Flash. But Realms Gate, you're going to do better in. Chances are Void Arc, you're going to do pretty solid in too. And she just helps you everywhere. She's solid in PvP teams. Like, it doesn't matter if you have like an Eloise, like our free-to-play account. It doesn't matter. You're probably going to be in a pretty good spot. Now, the other part I wanted to talk about with this hero, though, is the hero bonding. So when you compare her to like a Sword Flash, you need to build like a Fiona, which you may or may not use. You need like an Inosuke, a Sherlock, all very good heroes for like the Fortress faction. Those are the heroes you're going to need to even push in Fortress Sealand if you want to. The last one's pretty difficult here. Gloria, not exactly a hero you'd want to build, but when you take a look at Vesa, Vesa has Rogan. You always want a Rogan on your account. It has Sword Flash, which again, if you build Sword Flash second or something, that would be great too. Or if you just swap, that's fine. Pandas. Pandas are excellent for Sealand pushes. They're excellent for PvP. They're excellent in a ton of different game modes. Flora, this is the one weak point I'd say. Flora is a little lacking when it comes to him. And then Freya, the brand new hero Freya, is actually a really solid support hero as well. Don't worry about Jara. If you're building Vesa, I think you can build a very solid forest team that is also going to get you very good progress when it comes to Sealand. So if you kind of just transition into a forest style team, you have a Rogan, maybe double Panda, Flora, and Freya. I mean, that's a solid team to go along with her. You can probably get 25 done, probably even like 26 or 27. It all depends on how strong your star spawn are, your Cloud Island, of course, how strong these residences are here, as well as how strong your galleries are, because that's one thing people don't take into account. The sheer number of stats. I mean, you look at my gallery for skins, it's giving everybody 3.7 million HP. You look at the percentage ones, 13% HP, 10% attack. It's just a crazy, crazy amount of stats that you're getting for your hero. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I'd like to hear your comments down below. I'd love to know what you guys think, because I think there's really no more important game modes at the moment. Like, let's just, for example, our free-to-play account. You guys know it. If I add a Sword Flash to this team, doesn't really do much for us. She's like a one-man army type thing, but if she gets countered somehow, or she's just not having the support around her, she'll kind of flop. But if you add a Vesa, a Fairy Queen Vesa to this lineup, do you know how much stronger the overall team does? Especially the Eloise. I think that's the one thing we really have to talk about, is most people build an Eloise in the early game now, because she just does everything. Everything. We can all agree. Adding a Vesa to support her and get them both to live longer just sounds absolutely disgusting amazing, which is probably why on my free-to-play account, you can see we are, what, 4 months in on our account. We're almost halfway there, but then again, we weren't actually using that many cores, or we weren't buying many cores along the way, because we're saving up for all those big events at the beginning of the year. We're now back to buying cores every day. We're going to invest in that, and then I think I really want to go with Vesa, even though we have Sword Flash or Xia copies. I think going for Vesa would be the most optimal play route. And then, of course, down the road, when you choose to do something else, you can always do a replacement. You can always swap to a different Transcendence Hero. You can go to Xia when you can build the Queen and or the Jara, and you have the artifacts and all that fun stuff. And Vesa's just not as reliant on artifacts either, which is kind of a really nice thing. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I really do think Vesa is like the best first first Transcendence Hero on an account. Let me know what you guys think. If you're a spender, probably go the normal route, but as a free-to-play player, I think she's amazing. I'll see you guys next time.